Just heading out of the city. I think I put the wrong ND filter on because it was sunny when I left. Now it's kind of overcast, so I might have to boost up the exposure and post editing. But anyways, I'm just gonna head out for a quick run in the morning while traffic is still pretty light. And then the next video is the reason why for this video is that I'm going to go out to the wilderness to shoot my new, only legal in Canada 9mm on the market right now, and I'm going to try that out before it gets banned again, and that's what this video is going to be about. Sun's coming back out, be nice. A little over an hour ride to cruise some secondary highways. Just gotta make our turn off here to go south. Looks like there's lots of traffic heading to Bragg Creek. Lots of traffic heading south too, most likely to the Millerville Rodeo grounds. That guy's got a lot of antennas on his truck. I'm not sure why you need that many antennas. Guaranteed, I bet you he's Filipino. Filipino for sure. Your guns are gone. Our guns are gone. That is, there's nothing we can do about that. Liberals got in again. That's probably one of the biggest psyops I've ever seen. And no thanks to that fucking orange man, Trump, for helping Mark Carney win. Fuck him. So now everybody who has a semi-automatic rifle, which is the reason why this video is about, they're gone. They're gone. There's no way. There's no way around this. And right now, it looks like Election Canada, there seems to be some very questionable fraud things going around, like recounting of ballots, and all of a sudden a riding flipped to Liberal by 1 vote. Come on. You trying to tell me this is fucking not all fraud? I don't think so. This is the biggest bullshit in Canadian history. And I'm not one to try to be a separatist, but I think it's time Western Canada needs to split from Eastern Canada. Western Canada, we're sick and tired of all the losers in Ontario and the Maritime provinces calling the vote for what happens in this country. When the West is the powerhouse with all the money, all the industry, it just fucking makes me mad. I'm angry, I'm not gonna lie about that. For us at all. The real question is, what happens now? They call it a buyback, but ultimately it really is a confiscation. They're coming for our firearms, and are we gonna get our money back for them? How's that gonna work? Where are they gonna get the money to buy this back? How are they going to trace back everything that you have? Anything you bought new from a store, they would have a record of, right? Of what you had purchased. But if you bought used, who's to say what it is you bought? I mean, if you got did your PAL check and they verified that your PAL was valid, I mean, you could transfer 90 days, you could transfer like 1,000 firearms through that one transfer. So it's really going to make it interesting to see how this is all going to play out, or if it's just going to sit on the back burner for a long time, because a lot of people are sitting on a lot of money. There's no lie about that at all. And unfortunately, it is what it is. If they're going to give me full value, I guess it is, they can just come and take them, and I'll take that money and invest it and do other things. But ultimately, how's this going to play out? How many people are willingly going to give up their firearms And how many people are gonna say, fuck it, I'm all in, lock and load, this ends now, kind of thing. You can only push people so far, and then after that, when they have nothing else left to lose, things get really dangerous. And this is going to be really interesting to see how all this is going to play out, because if you go on like the online forums and, you know, people on social media, there's a lot of anger towards all this. And but then again, look what happened during COVID. A lot of people complied, so who knows what's going to happen. We're gonna have to wait and see. As soon as government goes back in session, which I think is in a few weeks, I don't know, views they are. Now typically on Plumbers Road here, I've always gone right to go to Pritis. Today we are heading south, and this is going to take us down to Millerville. And I have never traveled this road yet in my life, so we're going to see. This joins up with another really popular highway that motorcyclists take, and then we're going to go back east to Millerville. But while we're here, we're going to check out some properties. Not going to fly during all this confiscation is that you always hear people saying, oh, I lost my firearms in a boating accident. Unfortunately, that's not going to fly, because once they have become prohibited, you are no longer allowed to take them out of your property or out of your safe or whatever. I guess you can take them out of your safe. You just can't take them out of the property per se. You can't take them to a range. You can't do anything with them. So if you say you lost them in a boating accident after they become prohibited, you are going to be faced with a whole bunch of more legal issues. So it's all fine and dandy, you know. I get pretty heated when I talk about or think about this too, but you really have to be smart about it, because the government has all the money. They can screw you around for a long time, and honestly, they don't care. The government does not care one little bit. They will fight you until you are bankrupt and you can do no more. And ultimately, at the very end of the day, the government can do whatever they want. History before has a record of governments taking firearms. So ultimately, we just have to wait and see. It's not going to be good. It's not good for us. I think the sooner we accept that this is it, this is the end of the road, we have to shut her down and realize this battle's lost. People didn't vote in favor, so it's the way it is. This is a nice winding little highway. Rolling hills. Look at this little farmhouse on the left here. Red barn, beautiful. Got a horse just chilling in this, I don't know if it's a shelter, it's not really much of a shelter. Lots of little twisties and turnies. There's some kind of weird foundation there. I don't know if there was a sign there once upon a time or what, but yeah, this is a nice little highway. Stuff I love riding. Windy roads, rolling hills, scenery. There's a reason why they call this God's country. Uh-oh, we got a bump. That wasn't too bad. Oh, this property is for sale. Well, I didn't win the lottery, so I wouldn't be able to afford it. Well, that's a beautiful house too. Nice sized garage. There probably isn't any cell phone coverage out this way either. Another horse right there, just chilling. This is a slow going highway, 80 kilometers an hour. I guess if you had a speed bike, you probably want to rip this way faster because you got some real good corners and stuff. Horse just out in the pasture. Nice and windy, beautiful. Yeah, this is so nice. And now we encountered our first cyclist of the day. Good for them going out to get some exercise, which is something I need to do. I need to lose some weight. They got an e-bike, super bonus. E-bikes are getting really popular and I really love mine because being an overweight person and still getting out, be able to cycle, so an e-bike still gives you a workout. Instead of like a hard push workout, it's more of a endurance workout because you really have to like pedal fast. Okay, now we gotta slow down to 60k in this section here. This is a good place where you'd want to see some animals popping out. Deer on the side of the road. There's lots of trees down in these woods. This is prime for forest fire for sure because a lot of these trees, what I'm seeing, they don't look very healthy at all. No parking, no parking. I think this comes up to a provincial park right away, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it does. I think right where that truck pulled in. Yes, and it is packed. It is packed already. And no parking on the side of the road. So if you show up late, what time is it? 10:15, and that place is packed. Can't even park on the sides. I was thinking this is a good place to come just to come grab some firewood and such. Maybe you can't. Fellow Canadian viewers, whether you're a firearm owner or not, is I'd like to know your guys' opinion to see how all this is going to play out. That's what I want to know. That's a nice little shack up there. Well treed. This is the perfect area to live. I would be so happy in this area. So I come out here in the motorcycle, I'm vision boarding while I'm riding. This is where I need to be in life, is somewhere out here. Far enough away from the city, but also far enough to make me feel like I'm alone in the wilderness. Surrounded by trees and nature. I'd probably have deers and animals coming in. It looks like we got like a steep corner coming up here. Yeah, that's not horrible, but you don't know how it's going to play out. And I think this is my highway right here coming up, where I can either go right to Bragg Creek or I can go left to go south and then take the next highway to Millerville, which I'm going to go south and then go to Millerville because I want a longer ride, because this is only day 2 of my days off, and the rest of my days off is going to be raining because I had really wanted to go camping tomorrow, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to. There's a lot of gravel on that corner. That's why I want to take it super slow. A lot of gravel. There's a nice old truck. Now we head our south. Good stretch on the bike today. This will be my longest ride to date. This ride right here. Cycle. I used to cruise this loop all the time. I loved cruising this strip. Like, look at these views. I think moving to Alberta, I guess it'd be like 30 years ago, was probably the smartest thing I ever did. Growing up in Saskatchewan, you just don't got this. You don't got nothing in Saskatchewan. And the capital city, Regina, doesn't look like it's really changed in the 30 years since I moved out here. It's still the same. There's no like downtown growth. There's no high-rise buildings. It's just like city seems to sprawl outwards but doesn't seem to grow upwards. The hill, there's going to be a stop sign, and that is going to be my turn to go east to Millerville. $10 kilometers? Is that it? Now if you were to go right, you would go all the way to Grey Creek and such. But we are going east because I need to get more riding practice in before I start heading on gravel roads. This is a beautiful drive too. Looks like those rain clouds are coming in. Hoping I can get back to Cowtown before they do. Plus I gotta keep an eye open for animals. I don't know if any of you people are Heartland fans, but just down the road a little bit, and if you go south, is the Heartland Ranch that you see in the TV series that has been around for I guess 18 plus years now. Is that the Heartland Ranch is very close by, in case anybody wants to know. There's been lots of TV filmed around these parts, and you can understand why and how amazing it is here. Back to the Firearms. It sucks, trust me, it really sucks, but at this point there's nothing that I can do about it, and there's nothing anybody else can do about it. I think you're just going to have to accept that they are good as gone. End of story. Oh, there's a road up top there too? Interesting. I never would have thought. There must be an entranceway coming up here somewhere. Oh, I see it now. I see it. I see it. Must be some gorgeous homes out that way. More cyclists. Sometimes cyclists can be a real pain in the ass on the road, but at the same time, they're being way more active than I am. So in that sense, I will shut the fuck up. But I do applaud them for getting out and getting some exercise. Coast is clear. Yeah, Millerville's somewhere where you live, where you have an awful lot of money. As you can see, all the big homes on your left. And now we just make the trek back to Cowtown. Calgary, 55 kilometers away. There is my turnoff. Looks like there's some heavy equipment being moved. Looks like paving equipment. Highway to cruise back to Cowtown. Well, I guess it's time to shut her down. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to reading your comments of what you guys think is going to happen now that the Liberals have won and our firearms are as good as gone. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.